Hello YouTubers, it's me, Pinky, and this video I am going to show you my other thing that I practice I'm doing with these flexible chopping mats. And this right here was the failed blobacure that ended up turning into a dry marble when I realized, like, you can see how this mat bows upward. And also I was doing this on my lap too. But even if I was on a flat table, the blobacure still wouldn't have worked out with this mat because it bows upward and stuff. And that's because it was rolled away underneath things and everything like that. And it's really hard to get the bend out of these flexible chopping mats. But yeah, so it was making a pretty good blobacure, and that's just where you're dropping, like, you put a bed of nail polish, thickly but not too thick, so that way when you drop the polish, it'll actually spread, and then you just do that throughout it, and dots of stuff. My Simple Pleasures has a really good video on it, and you put as many layers as you can on it, and then you just let it set without moving. And that just didn't happen, especially since I did it on my lap. So even if I was successful in not moving it while I was on my lap, the moment I moved it to places somewhere to finish drying, it would have been ruined anyways. So it did make a really good dry marble. It's really pretty. I love right here. I think this is like my favorite section of the dry marble. This got muddied, and oh yeah. Well, I'll show the nail polishes after, since I'm already doing this. And then this one right here is using a more traditional method of dry marbling, where you put a stripe of one color down, then your next color, and then your next color, and then you take a toothpick or some other object. I actually use my permanent marker, the bottom of my permanent marker, to swirl it. And at first I did like swirls going this way, but that didn't make much marbling. So then I went back over it and did crazy eights. And the eights worked a lot better, but then some of the colors got muddied. And the icing polish doesn't dry super fast. The pinks, this was the first stripe I placed down, dried fast. So you could tell there's more pink right here. But the purple and the yellow were next. I had to drop extra color, so wherever I thought there wasn't enough of a different color in the marbling, I just did random drops of polish, like dot, 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 dot here, throughout it. So I did a little bit more yellow up here, a little bit more pink down here where the purple was, and then I did a few dots of purple up here. Then I went back through with the permanent marker and dragged it through. Markers may not be the best thing to marble with. You can see where I hit the chop mat instead of staying just above the surface of the nail polish. But when I went too lightly, it wasn't marbling at all. So, you know, practice makes perfect. But I'm pretty happy with this. And then this was what it looks like on the back side. Now this, I feel it focus. Get my fingers out of the way. I don't know if it'll focus or not. There we go, it's somewhat focused. This you can actually see where I drew eights. And you see where the pink is, the pink polish dried first, so that was the very first layer that I put down stuff. But you can see that there's actually a smoother marble pattern on this back side of the chop mat. So I haven't made up my mind which side I'm going to use because I'm partial to both. But I haven't peeled this up yet either. And in this, I try to use the marbling technique that I used on the plastic bag when I used the LA Colors polishes. The LA Colors polishes turned out well, but the LA Colors isn't as flexible when it dries. So it took quite a bit of maneuvering when I did it. And that's my February video if you want to see the patterns that I made with that. But the icing colors is really easy to muddy them. So it did not turn out as well with the icing nail polishes. And I'm sorry, I had to use my camera. It's been gray. I tried to use lamps and everything to see if it'll be better. So I'm using my camera's flashlight. So that way a picture would come out this time, because it just wasn't going to turn out with normal lighting or lamps. I don't have a wide variety of lamps to do videos with. And I have limited sockets and limited things that I can plug up into them. But yeah, so I'm going to try and use this today. Because I almost want to say, if I get my hand up here, that this is more than enough to do both my hands. Because, see this? This is wider in my hand, and then look how much space of nail polish my finger takes up. I can easily do my other hand on the my other hand with the other half of this. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to peel this up, and I don't think I'm going to attempt to do that on video because one hand's holding my camera and the other one is. But you basically want to take your, if you have fingernails, take your fingernails, but the better thing to do would be to use tweezers, because the tweezers, once you get edge loose, could grab it up. And this isn't coming up, it's been down for days. And that's the other no-no that I did, because this is like a tester. If I could get this to peel off, then I will place it on my nails. If I can't, then it's just simply been on the mat too long. But yeah, I'm going to try for it though. If not, I can always make another one. It's not going to look exactly the same as this, which would be tragic, but hey. But the colors were Feeling Mellow, the yellow color, and it has the shimmers in it. So that was Feeling Mellow. This really does not like to focus when my hands are in the way. It wants to focus on my skin and not the polishes. Then the pink, which is showing up a lot brighter because I got my flash on, but you can see it's more darker with the marbling, is the Peekaboo from Icing. And then the purple is Very Nice to Meet You, which sounds like a line from Strawberry Shortcake cartoons, because she says berry instead of very all the time. And this is really nice berry purple color. And that's what I'm going to, that's what I've used to make those. Now, I'm going to do my nails. I cleaned my nails off with nail polish remover, and then I rinsed with cold water because I don't want to leave nail polish remover on my skin. But I'm going to use Complete Care Extra Moisturizer, the Sally Hansen, as a first layer of my base coat. And then for base and top, I'm going to use the Sally Hansen's Extreme Wear. And this is also going to be what I use to keep these on my nails, but also I'm going to go over the top very gently. When you do marbling, you want to make sure you float the top coat, because if you put too much pressure, the top coat brush will drag the nail polish and move your marble pattern. And I guess this is your general rule for top coat when you do any nail art that's made from nail polish, is you want to float the top coat. You don't try not to put too much top coat on, but you really do not want the brush to make contact with your nail art. So that's it for this video, and I'll do a follow-up video, and depending on how long it ends up, I probably might mash the two videos together, and I'm going to add some photos too so you can get a better look at these. So be right back. I actually was able to peel this up, no problem. Starting with the tweezers, of course, to get this end off the mat first, because it felt like I was going to tear it first. But once I got enough of it up with the tweezers, I was able to pull this really slowly up off of the mat with my hands. And excuse the traffic noises. But now I can show you the back side of this instead of the back side of this for the chop block. So yeah, this wasn't a really pretty on this back side. And then that's the front side. And look how flexible this is. This is still super flexible. And this is after 3 days, guys. This has been on the mat 3 days, but maybe the reason why it's still super flexible is because I had laid the other chop mat over it, and I actually squeezed it back into the original chopping mat packaging. And I think that helped it not get so hard and dried out. I mean, this is still completely dry because this was sitting out for about half a day the day I made this. But I'm guessing because the next day I placed it inside the packaging that kept it staying nice and flexible. So this is, I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that this will be easy enough. Because normally if you wait longer than a day, it ends up being too hard and not flexible at all. But this is going to bend nicely. I can bend this. So I'm really happy with the results of that. So I'm going to be putting these back aside there in hopes of this. Like, these might not work out so good because, like, these are, like, kind of thick. They're like super thick stickers. So, I mean, I may not be able to use these. I'll try, but I'm not in a rush to try these out. And then this is another manicure all on its own. So, hopefully that. But this is thick too, like those are. So, I was like, this is the thinner one. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to use, is this one.